Now, a disclaimer before the podcast starts. If you haven't watched the Minecraft movie and don't want spoilers, to the 5 people, to the 5 7-year-olds who want to watch the Minecraft movie unspoiled, click off the video now. And number 2, if you can't deal with much brain rot, get off the video as well. Anyway, let's get into the podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Internet Invaders podcast. This is episode 3.
Yeah.
And we are back.
We are back. Where's Alfie?
We forgot to
There he
include
is.
him.
There is his decapitated head.
He's back again.
As always, back again. How do you feel about being back on the podcast, Alfie? Man of many words. Anyway, we'll just set him back down.
Yeah.
He's
So it's us 3 again with a special guest here. Also, came all the way down from Darlington just to record from this podcast.
Doxed me.
It's a large place.
It's a large place.
You still doxed me.
Get doxed.
Times we've been doxed by everyone.
He came down all the way
Just
to
to
Milton
record
Keynes
this.
just to record this and not for his
I can't believe he
boyfriend.
doxed us, Caleb. Anyway.
We did a video in the fucking...
Being
Anyway,
doxed.
let's actually get into the topic which we were going to talk about.
Minecraft.
Movie.
Intense steel.
So, yeah. It was a movie.
About Minecraft.
I'm never getting my hour and a half back.
No, neither.
Right. These guys may be saying this, but both of them were sat there in the first 5 minutes of the film almost crying into their popcorn because of how much they were laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. There was bits that were funny, but there was so many fucking cliches. It's just
Oh, it was a
insanity.
bit...
If you're going in there expecting a cinematic masterpiece, stick to Letterboxd, my guy.
Just go home and toss yourself off, because that's not what you're getting.
Yeah. I think the one thing which we can take away from this
Chicken jockey.
was
Intense
the
steel.
few words which I can bring away from this movie. Ender Pearl, Chicken Jockey, Flint and Steel,
The seal.
The Nether, Iron Golem. They love crushing
a
loaves.
loaf.
Captain Chungus.
And that's all we can
Sneak
take away
attack.
from it.
He's
Rest
got
in
sneak
peace,
attack.
General Chungus.
Yeah, let's say that now.
Rip General Chungus. Fly high, mate. You'll
So
be
the
missed.
people
Fly high,
that are
pork
watching this who wanted spoilers, General Chungus is a fucking real one.
Yeah, can't believe he died.
I can't believe he
gets
died.
killed.
He's fatter than
He
me,
gets
for
killed by the
reference.
fucking
Buh.
dickhead. Yeah. The story was fucking set so shitly.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Imagine Jumanji, but shit.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's literally just. I mean, it starts out. Steve was yearning for the mines,
Yeah, for the mines.
Child.
and then he found some mysterious cube thing,
The orb of dominance.
and then he built
Cube.
Steve World,
It's a
Um,
cube.
which we never get to see apart from the start of it, where he just dances with pandas.
They did kind of just yeet themselves into the story a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, they did. I feel
Basically, the first 5 minutes just sets up the overworld.
yeah.
And just everything, and then you get to be with the other characters that no one really cares about, to be fair.
Uh-huh.
I can't even remember any of their
They're
names.
pretty forgettable.
Jason Momoa.
I know his name was Garrett.
Garbage
Man.
Man.
The
Yeah.
Garbage Man.
I don't know the other ones.
His ass looked good in those jeans, though. What? It did.
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah.
Best thing I saw in the entire movie was Jason Momoa's ass.
Good for you.
Alright, it's a kids film.
I think.
Chuggy the Chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we can take away from it.
Yeah.
He fucking died. He was a real one.
He was a real one. He died as well.
So many real ones died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As bad as it sounds, the actual prop design and the set design was low-key pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of a cool adaptation of
Yeah.
in-game items.
But
Yeah.
the plot was fucking wild.
The plot was paper thin.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect for Minecraft?
Exactly,
A
it's a
game
kids'
with no
film.
plot in the
I
first
mean,
place.
Mm.
come
Exactly.
on. Jennifer Coolidge hits a villager with her car and then
Vehicular manslaughter.
fucks her.
Yeah.
Vehicular manslaughter.
And then in the end credits scene, you get jump scared by fucking
Matt
Berry.
Yeah.
His wife has married a villager.
Mm-hmm. They must have had.
I just thought about something. Jack Black's been in pretty much every single video game adaptation film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Mario movie.
He was in Mario movie.
It was Bowser.
He wasn't in the Sonic movie.
He went in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
He does like those. He does like video.
He
game
does like the
movies.
video game adaptations.
He needs to apologise to Kyle and get
Mandy.
Tenacious D back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going a bit off course. We need to
Anyway.
talk about the movie.
There's 3 songs.
There's 3 songs.
He sings like 3 or 4 times in the film.
It's a shame. It's a shame that the songs that we heard were not in the movie.
La 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 lava. Chicken.
The songs were bad.
Steve's lava. I'm not.
Terrible.
They
was
were.
awful.
They were. I think
Awful.
the writing was incredibly
It's just-
corny.
It's
I
the
would
fact that
rather
in
listen to Ed Sheeran.
it's the fact that in the Lava Chicken song they didn't even cut away from Steve the entire time.
Yeah.
So it was just slowly panning into him singing the song with no extra. stuff.
Yeah.
It was.
It was quite funny that.
The
Yeah.
thing is, right, the director did Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite, which are 2 fantastic comedies.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was a very similar comedy style in terms of very awkward style.
Yeah.
Especially Napoleon Dynamite, if you've seen it.
Yeah.
So you could tell it was the same director. So I find that humour funny sometimes. And it works quite well in that film.
Sometimes you piss yourself laughing through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was funny though, wasn't it?
You were like moving me because you were laughing so hard.
It was funny though.
I think it's literally. I think the one thing about the film was all the memes were like right at the start.
Literally, go see it super late at night, group of mates, not either full screen full of people who've seen it ironically, or just on your own, and just riff off the film and you'll enjoy it like 10 times
Yeah.
more.
Special shout out to the row in front of us with a guy who bathed in cheap shitty aftershave, and the people who were passing around a plate of stinky nachos the entire film that I could smell the whole time.
Oh,
It
it
just
was
smelled
that-
like
was that
burning
that?
plastic
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The people next to us were fucking.
They have the
Well,
same
they-
reason as us.
They
Yeah.
were great. Yeah,
There was a few people in there, like, during the credits would just go, Chicken Jockey.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
burst out
literally,
laughing.
As they walked out of the door, they shouted it, and we just pissed ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I left, I saw them. I looked one of them dead in the eyes and said, "Chicken jockey."
What did they do after that?
He just smiled at me and said, "Flint and steel."
Flint and Steel.
Flint and Steel.
I think it was when you were pissing, Killer.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, it was a film.
It was a film.
Cinema.
It was cinema.
It was
I will say I've
cinema.
never laughed so much
Popcorn.
during a film showing.
I think the funny thing was the fact that we all just sort of like didn't care, so we were just talking throughout the fucking
We
thing.
didn't give a fuck.
We didn't give
None
a
of us
fuck.
cared.
And then Zach
Why would we care?
for 5 minutes straight was just pissing himself trying not to say Big Chungus.
Yeah,
Instead of General Chungus.
Big chungus.
He just kept, I bet you, he fucking pissed his pants
I
during
felt
it.
like, you know, Bradley Walsh with the Fanny
Schmeller.
Yeah,
I felt like him in that moment.
Yeah.
I was just like the same sort of facial expressions going
You're
on.
never gonna get close enough to smell a fanny anyway, Zach.
Brutal.
Bruh.
But yeah, ironic watch, like 10 out of 10. Serious watch is like a 4.
Serious
Whoa,
watch,
that's
It's a bit too high.
That's a bit high.
Bit high. It's like a
Yeah.
4, like 3 to a 4.
2.
We're just
Really?
Fantano in this thing.
I feel like
So it's a light, it's a light
It's
2.
light.
I
It's
give
like
this one
zero.
a decent strong 2.
Fairs.
I give it higher than that.
You'd give it
I
like a
enjoyed
9,
myself.
wouldn't you? It was that
Enjoyed
good.
I'm not. I don't want to rush to watch it again
Mm.
unless it's like an empty screening with like these guys again.
At one point, I was more interested in my croissant than the film.
But if I see
Yeah.
a full screening at 11 p.m, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Bro, just message.
Just-
Drop me a message. Might have work the next day, but fuck it.
Yeah. So it's basically the whole plot was built on the
Four-
5 characters.
I thought it was
Is it
4.
4?
4 that go into the
Depends if you
thing.
include Steve or not.
I'm including Steve here.
Steve.
Yeah.
They're trying to get back home.
Yeah.
One of them played Enid in Wednesday, and she was equally as bad at acting in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason Momoa was probably a highlight. It was actually fucking hilarious.
He was hilarious. Yeah, I was
His
gonna
ass
say
was a
he was
highlight.
hilarious.
His ass was a massive highlight.
I feel like.
Yeah.
There's a scene where
sorry.
they zoom in on his butt in the jeans, and he clenches it, and
Did that turn
I'm
you
cutting that off before anything else.
Yeah.
Family
Gonna
friendly.
say.
I wasn't gonna say
We're not.
anything.
Are we family friendly?
I'm just
Fuck off!
I was gonna say it's an interesting choice for a children's film, but I'm sure all the gay people in the audience enjoy
It's all for the
it.
middle-aged women or
Yeah.
mums.
It's
There
just
was a lot of
classic Pixar mum porn.
there was
Yeah.
a lot of romantic shit in it.
Yeah.
That I mean,
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge having a relationship with a villager is certainly a choice.
yeah, it was definitely weird.
As a surrealist pick, that is fucking hilarious
Mm.
because she hits the villager with a car,
Yeah.
vehicular manslaughter, and they fall in love.
I don't know.
And then their love transcends
I have no
dimensions, and he can speak English.
And she
And
loves
is-
the villager.
Yeah, and is voiced by Matt Berry. Yeah,
Father.
Father!
yeah. If you've seen IT Crowd, you know who Matt Berry is. I hope.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Or the SpongeBob movies, the
SpongeBob-
dolphin in the
Or
SpongeBob movie.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it? I think the full fucking Woodland Mansion shit was
Chicken
was-
Jackie.
interesting, to say the least,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
it was a bit strange.
There's a full-on reference to Nacho Libre, by the way.
Yeah.
Spider
With that fight.
Tackle.
Mm-hmm.
My phone just went off.
Hold
Um,
Is that the
Um,
thing you know?
I don't know.
I think it was just more the way that it was so weirdly built up. like it was so like, oh, the villager's been set on fire. Mine needs to go and grab something quickly. So they take a fucking half hour to get something and come back.
The map, yeah.
Yeah, and then the piglins take over for a brief moment,
With
and
General
then
Chungus.
with General Chungus. Rest in peace again to
Rest
a real
in
one.
peace,
Rest
big
in
one.
peace.
Which, by the way, I have a massive problem with that.
Why?
When piglins go into the overworld, they don't immediately die, they become zombie pigmen. But
Yeah.
they all just completely died as soon as they became zombies, which is
Mhm.
shit. But I get why, because obviously the bad guys don't win.
Well, yes, it's a part of the
it-
storytelling. You have to
annoys-
bend the rules a
It
bit.
annoys me because you're just cutting out the entire existence of zombie pigmen in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are glaring plot holes in the game.
Yeah.
He has a Elytra without ever going to the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no mention of the end, yet he has a Elytra, and there's an Enderpearl and there's Enderman in the film, but he has a Elytra, which is like late game shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
if he
happens
has-
in End Cities shit.
I feel like there's a weird thing because if you only had one ender pearl, but many elytras.
Yeah, he technically it's implied he has more than 2,
Yeah.
which that is late game shit. That's like when you've done everything else.
So you've done everything, killed the Ender Dragon, and you just go around board raiding End Cities.
You don't have he hasn't got a dragon egg either, so
No.
plot hole. But I'm convinced the writers were just like, oh, kids know what an elytra is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll use that. I think most of the items in the game were just things that they're like, oh yeah, that's something that kids will recognise.
Yeah.
We can market that and sell toys of it.
Leather boots with swiftness on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Boots of swiftness, which
Mhm.
I'm presuming that's a dungeons item because I've never
Yeah.
played dungeons.
Yeah, Dungeons
Yeah,
item.
I think a lot of the storyline did come from
You
dungeons.
can't
Yeah.
put that enchantment on leather.
Yeah,
I feel like
the I am golem of swiftness.
yeah.
That was
The
much
movie
cooler.
really-
Megalodra.
Oh, sorry. The movie really does show that there's multiple ways of playing the game. Because you don't want to watch the movie and just make
Just
your own
play the
world.
fucking game. at this
Just play
point.
the
Yeah.
game.
It's not even that expensive.
No,
Yeah.
they could have made this movie 4 hours. That's the thing, and I'm glad they fucking didn't.
3.5 hour epic.
I would have
Nolan.
slipped my wrist to the cinema.
Damn. Nolan directed 3-hour masterpiece.
Yeah, imagine if Nolan directed the Minecraft.
Yeah.
All practical
I would have
effects.
found something
on the
sharp
film.
enough, I ripped my monster can apart and
No.
slit my wrist. to the
Okay,
cinema.
interesting.
That's a bit. That's
a bit
really,
dark.
That's really
That's
graphic.
a bit dark. This is light-hearted entertainment, guys, on the Internet Invaders podcast. If you want more of this, don't fucking subscribe.
Chicken Jackie.
Yeah.
What else can we talk about?
The end fight was fucking strange.
The end. Oh, what the big like army fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of felt a bit like, well, we need a big epic set piece at the end. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Honestly, the film just felt like they could just market as much shit for kids as possible.
Well,
which
yeah.
obviously that is the point of a kids film.
That is, yeah, definitely.
Let me guess they're gonna come out with like foam elytra. And shit.
Probably. I think they already exist.
Yeah.
I mean,
They do, but they're gonna shovel it.
I can't imagine a kid is going to go to a shop and be like, Mum, I want the middle-aged white overweight man action figure.
I can see them like having the boots and stuff in costume shops and that.
Yeah.
Crazy expensive. Or there's gonna be like an Iron Golem Build-A-Bear where you can get the boots for.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I mean,
marketing.
that'd be kind of cool, to be fair.
Yeah.
It would
That's fucking Steve
'Cause
Build-A-Bear.
Steve Build-A-Bear. No, it's not the game Steve though.
No.
It's just Jack
Steve-
Black.
It's just Jack Black, yeah.
Fat bearded
Well,
Steve.
If you actually look in Build-A-Bear, they do have leather boots and stuff. So if you get if there was a Steve, you could just dress him up and just have
Easy.
Tenacious D Jack Black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And get your CD out, play "Fuck Her Gently" and put it in the fucking sound chip. And there you go.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking, what? Fucking Jack Black sex doll.
No.
Do you not know the song "Fuck Her"?
I know. I
Off
know
the first album.
I know.
Favorite Tenacious D song.
Oh, I was thinking of a different song. Sorry.
Zach's audio track is just nothing.
Empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could we?
talk more, Zach?
I've nothing to add.
What else should we talk about?
Am I stealing Zach's
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna bring up a conversation that Caleb could really talk about for hours and hours and hours, but I want to talk about it as a wider implication for the rest of the
Okay.
gaming community.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, Switch 2.
Oh yeah, fucking
I
Switch 2.
forgot that-
I was gonna
forgot
talk about
that.
Unleashed Recomp, but okay,
Oh,
let's
we
talk
can
about,
talk about that
about
as
Switch
well.
2.
very,
Certainly.
very forgettable.
I think
expensive console.
The
it's
console itself is good value for money. It's the games and the online.
Yeah.
The
subscription.
console's like $450, is it? With the
So in the UK it's $395.
$395 and I think $450 for the Mario Kart
For-
Bumble.
Something like that,
Bumble?
yeah. Bumble.
Bumble.
A bumblebee.
Bundle.
Bumble.
I think it's
Bumble.
$440.
The Bumble.
Yeah. Something like that.
$399 I
Bumble.
think for the base
I would like to
Switch
buy a Bumble.
2, and then then 445 for the Mario Kart bundle. I think.
Yeah.
So 45 quid more.
Yeah.
And like that Mario Kart bundle costs about the same as my Steam Deck OLED for comparison.
Yeah.
However, the issue lies with the price of games.
Yeah.
80 quid
Well,
for a Nintendo game.
well, American digital is $80.
Yeah.
Physical is $90.
Yeah. Which is stupid.
In the UK, I think it works out like £75 for physical, which that is still ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
too much. And especially when you get the game and you have to download as well. So you get the cartridge and a download,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
The solution is just to buy a PS3.
Yeah.
Well, you can't play Mario Kart World on the PS3,
Yeah,
can you?
Emulation.
Emulation.
That-
Can't
that
wait.
hasn't come out.
You fucking
Oh,
spanner.
so I can emulate the Switch 2 on day one, can I?
I
Yeah.
will.
There's got to be something.
How?
Magic, mate.
I mean, to be fair, they could have the same Joy-Con rails under the magnets if you pop them off, so the paperclip trick might still work.
To be honest, Nintendo are probably allergic to money since they won't release their games on any other platforms.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how much money a Breath of the Wild re-release on PC would like make?
They just hate
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
we're-
amount of people that would buy that
Yeah, but think of the amount of people who bought a Switch.
just for it.
The Switch they sold isn't it like pretty much the best-selling console now?
Is it
Near enough.
Seconds,
It was. Like behind.
second or
I
third.
think it's for second.
behind the DS. I think.
I heard somewhere in the ballpark of 150 million Switches
That's about DS size.
The PS2 is still the highest selling console
Yeah,
of
I
all
think
time.
the Switch is the second
Sony
or
Switch.
third.
3DS is
It is the third. It is
Yeah.
behind the DS and behind the PS2.
So
How many?
The Switch has sold 150 million units, where
So-
the PlayStation 2 has sold over 160 million. So
Yeah.
not that far off.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that only reflects new, not second-hand.
Yeah.
Obviously
so-
second hand, but then that's still in circulation the same amount of console, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but that is just
More game
new,
sales still.
new
Yeah.
purchases. And
But-
that doesn't
Yeah.
include game
Let me put it this
sales.
way, right? Think about how small comparatively the PC gaming market is compared to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
yeah, that doesn't include game bundles. Either.
True.
And that's accounted for the fact that people who play
You
PC
get, like,
aren't
the
likely
Switch
to buy,
bundle with Mario Kart.
to
It
buy
doesn't count in
Nintendo
that.
games.
Yeah.
Mm.
My biggest thing with the Switch 2 showcase, well, two of my biggest things were the tech demo, like welcome thing.
That
That not being a bundled in thing for free is a bit of a piss take. No matter how cheap it is, it's gonna be like
It's
£6.
like 1-2 Switch all
it-
over again. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Even then, it's in the same vein of like something like Astro's Playroom. Astro's
Yeah.
Playroom's free.
The thing is,
And
1-2
was
Switch.
bundled in, and it should, and that's what I think should have
1-2
happened.
Switch wasn't even a proper game, yet they charged like what, 40 quid for it.
Yeah, it was.
It
still
was
full
it was a
price.
mini game
Collection.
game.
It
Like,
was
that should have been a
collection,
bundle
but-
at the very like that is a bundle. That,
Which
again, if you think Wii Sports, that was a higher quality game than 1-2 Switch, and that was
Yeah.
bundled with the Wii.
Exactly.
the thing is, the one thing I feel like they should have done, what is it? Like the 51 worldwide board game. They should have bundled that in
Mm.
if they released it back then.
See,
Um,
and the other thing is, From Software announced, was it Duskblooders or something?
Duskblood.
Mm.
Something like that, which looks like a sequel to Bloodborne,
It is Bloodborne too. It's Bloodborne.
and it's then exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah.
That feels like a massive slap in the face to like everyone that played and been
Yeah.
asking for Bloodborne remastered or a Bloodborne sequel.
Yeah.
Because obviously that game was PlayStation exclusive. It feels like a massive slap in the face because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to, because that means that people are gonna have to buy
A
a
whole
brand new console,
plus
spend
the game.
probably about £500 plus just for one game.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I
Mm.
don't know. I'm kind of upset about it because it's a bit like, well, you've got such a dedicated fan base,
Yeah.
and you kind of just throw it back in their face to make a game exclusive
Yeah.
to a console.
I think it's just fucking stupid.
But then if it was the same way, or if it was the other way around with PlayStation, would I feel the same? Probably,
Mm.
because it locks out
Yeah.
another side of the audience.
Mm.
But
I mean, we could talk about but there's no good things about the Switch too, apart from
Mario
the console
Kart.
itself.
The console itself is like, I think, really good value for money. The console
Yeah.
itself,
Mm.
like it's
Bigger, more ergonomic.
Yeah, so it's a 1080p 120Hz screen, which gets pretty bright as well.
And it has 4K support with
Yeah, raw performance is quite a bit better than a Steam Deck. I
Yeah.
think the GPU goes up to like 2 teraflops or something, which is like Steam
Mhm.
Deck's a bit less than that. You know, I think it even might be ray tracing capable. Like it's based on the 30 series architecture.
Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked at this showcase that Warzone wasn't announced, because we know Microsoft have a partnership with Nintendo in some form for Call of
Yeah.
Duty, because that was a deal that came out in a filing for something, I can't remember, but I remember seeing it online very recently. So I'm shocked that wasn't announced, especially with them wanting to put COD on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure COD would rework on the Switch though.
It
because
wouldn't,
No.
but
It's like the complete wrong. Like if you're a COD player, you're not gonna have a Switch as your main console, and you're not gonna want to play COD portably either. It just.
you
doesn't
can say that
work.
about pretty much. Well, you can say that about Duskblooders. People who
Yeah.
have play from software games do not have, like, probably won't have a Switch.
yeah.
It's like Elden Ring being on the fucking Switch.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, like first-person shooter online games, like that require
Splatoon.
like responsive. Like Elden Ring
Splatoon.
works quite well on portables.
Splatoon.
Yeah, but
Splatoon. Splatoon.
I wish
Splatoon is
I wish Splatoon wasn't on the Switch.
Yeah.
What was Lucy going to say?
Doesn't matter.
Say it.
No, it doesn't matter. We've completely moved on anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I think. I mean, the shock of Deltarune and Silksong.
Yeah, Deltarune basically being fully announced. I'm very excited.
Yeah. And Silksong being like basically unveiled, pretty much, or like sort of like shown as it's coming out.
Well, we knew it was coming out. We knew it was coming. We knew it was being worked on.
But it was a bit of a shock still.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Found it. They signed a 10-year legal agreement to bring COD to Nintendo platforms. Microsoft have.
Jesus Christ.
So that's what I mean. I'm surprised it wasn't shown off in this showcase.
Yeah.
But I'm presuming they'll do that with the announcement of COD 26.
Yeah, I'm all for it because
25.
it brings
It's
the
already
Switch
Warzone 2.
back up to par with the other consoles a little bit.
Yeah.
My biggest concern is them announcing loads of sports games coming back to the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Like 2K bringing back the WWE games and the NBA game,
yeah.
and then FIFA doing the same.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be doing what they have been doing already with the legacy editions, or because if you've ever looked online at the releases of the 2K games on a Switch, they have been diabolical, and they've stopped doing them now because how bad they were.
The Switch was horribly underpowered. Like, they couldn't release the native versions of those games on the Switch.
There is other concerns that I do have about some of the stuff that they've done. I mean, with the GameCube emulation, there's concerns about old game preservation because Nintendo suddenly started caring about GameCube games and old IPs, so there's possibly going to be rougher implications for GameCube emulation for private use that's not on the Switch too.
Yeah, that is quite a big concern because obviously Dolphin emulator exists, has existed for a while, and they did have a cease and desist fairly recently on Steam.
I feel like
So
it's an excuse for Nintendo to crack down on emulation.
Yeah, I know it's a grey area legally and more to emulate. Morally, it's a question of if you like giving billion-dollar companies more money.
Yeah.
Which the thing is, like,
they don't need it, but
have the right to preserve whatever old physical media they have, and if that's by emulation, then who the fuck are these big corporations to stop people when you've already spent money on the game?
Yeah, it's like Nintendo is probably by far the worst company when it comes to anyone doing anything with their IPs.
Yeah.
No matter if it's for profit or not.
Yeah. And fans. Their fan reputation's fucking awful.
They hate their fans.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember, what was it, 2015, 2016, when they tried to say they were going to copyright anyone that would release any gameplay of games?
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo games on YouTube. So everyone just started boycotting. Like, that is, they are, as bad as it sounds, they are by far the most delusional company on the planet.
100%. I think
they are still stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
In terms of, and like, they try to combat emulation.
Oh, it's funny you talk about the 90s because fucking
Sega came out
with the most fucking passive aggressive tweet.
I'll have to let me find it and I'll read it out quickly.
It's so fucking funny.
So Nintendo, if you don't know, not Nintendo, Sega. Are releasing a kart racer in the Sonic universe that is basically a sequel to Team Sonic Racing, if you've played all the other ones, Sonic Cross Worlds.
Yeah.
And the Sonic account tweeted out, "Big day for worldly racing games. Anyway, get ready for the only upcoming kart racing you can play with your friends around the world across all your favourite platforms, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds," which is a direct dig at Mario Kart World being on the Switch.
Yeah.
And being exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously it's going to be in Nintendo.
And it was just quite funny.
It's quite funny to see
how it was.
Then that also shows how Sonic fans hate anything Sonic related.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
They are. They are. That's rabid. Another discussion.
Yeah. It was just quite funny, like seeing the full just like meltdown of it all.
Yeah.
Just like meltdown. Is that a Motionless in White reference?
I saw that coming.
Oh god. But yeah, it was.
Great band, by the way. You should listen to them.
We're not. They've got listeners.
No.
They were amazing live. You should listen to Motionless in White. They're amazing.
Ah.
We're not talking about.
You know what bands you should be listening to?
Locksmith.
Locksmith. Stream lanterns now. We're gonna put that in the fucking server.
Why?
Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Why?
I think the one thing which really...
Zach, my arse is slipping off your couch. I hate you.
I didn't buy it. Just get good.
I am getting good. My ass is just fat.
You're about to knock my MacBook off with that
Can you
cable.
pull it back?
Pull it back, then you nonce. Why the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, back to what we were talking about. We were talking about Nintendo and stuff.
We were talking about...
So it does very much seem like an excuse to crack down more on emulation than anything else.
Yeah.
That
Which is
and the fact that it's separate from your Switch Online as well.
Yeah, it's if you only get it if you have the expansion.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
It's nothing new. They've been doing it for a while now.
It was the same for...
But it's because it's... I think the main thing is because it's GameCube. That is the most emulated side of Nintendo other than DS, maybe.
It would make more sense for it to be DS or Game Boy than GameCube because those games are optimized for a handheld.
They've done Game Boy.
They've got
Advance.
Yeah, they've got Game Boy Advanced.
I feel like it's a really weird choice for it to not be a handheld console.
DS is hard to do because it's a DS. It's
Yeah.
got two screens.
The thing is,
I know it's hard. I'm just saying it's a weird choice to not be a handheld.
I mean, if you just want to play DS games without a DS, Citra.
yeah, just
Simple as.
Citra. But yeah,
Nintendo's gonna bomb us now.
Yeah.
Well, you can-
Hello,
never come-
Nintendo. If you want to kill us,
I'm
then
pretty sure
find us.
you can do DS games on the Wii U.
We're in
you could.
Hiroshima.
Yeah,
but yeah,
get a Wii U.
yeah.
I shouldn't have said
I
that.
feel like a lot of it as well with Nintendo is cashing on the nostalgia now for the GameCube.
Yeah.
Very much so. Look at the games, the first party games they announced.
Yeah.
Very much.
Fucking F-Zero. F-Zero.
F-Zero, of all things, a game franchise they haven't cared about since the fucking GameCube came out.
Yeah.
They only care about one character, and that's Captain Falcon, because he's in Smash. But it's crazy, right? The amount of shit that was announced for the GameCube emulator. The one game they don't announce, two games that everyone loves. Super Mario Sunshine.
And Smash.
And Smash Melee.
Yeah.
So either they're going to release a pack like they did with the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, where it's like, oh, look, you can get all these games but only for a year with Smash, and do first game Melee.
No, thing is, they might, if it's Nintendo, they're just going to rub salt in the wounds and be like, you didn't fucking buy the All-Stars shit, mate.
Yeah. L.
Yeah, it's literally basically going to be that.
Yeah, they're just going to make... Because that is now, what, £68 now from
Something
CEX?
like
If
that.
you get it second hand?
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just make it just
Yeah.
forever on sale.
Because
Because,
it's Nintendo.
Yeah,
They
there's-
hate you. Nintendo don't like you,
There's
bro.
more money. They could have more money if they just kept it on sale.
Yeah, but they hate you.
Mhm.
You want something?
They don't
Fuck
want
you,
money.
that's why. That's literally why. Nintendo
Yeah.
are the worst.
They are fucking awful.
Genuinely. They make EA look good.
Oh, yeah. Like...
EA have some dodgy business practice, but they don't crack down on anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a shame Nintendo games are like games people want to play, isn't it?
No. I mean, want to play, I don't want to play the older games.
EA games that people want to play The Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it.
And FIFA.
And FIFA.
And FIFA. And the sports games.
Though, there's another game by EA that
F1.
people love playing, and has recently been rumoured / leaked / whatever to be a third game in the franchise being made, which is... No, not Spore. Titanfall. Titanfall 3.
Yes.
Titanfall 3.
Oh, yeah.
It gets announced that it's in development every fucking 6 months, it feels like.
Yeah, but-
Schrodinger's game at this
There was
point.
a
But-
Spore remaster tease, though.
It will never happen. Their game flopped badly.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it will happen, but it was teased. I know Will Wright was working on
I think it was very shocking seeing that, really.
Yeah,
like,
that
seeing
rumoured
that it was also
Title 3.
sort of leaked as well.
Which is crazy, because, like, it has felt like for the last, 3 or 4 years that Apex is the only thing that Respawn are allowed to work on. And I am a bit worried about it, because I'm very worried that they're going to make it free to play and fill it with microtransactions, and then that's just going to ruin the spirit of the game. So
yeah.
Games get free to play, they often do go pretty bad. I mean, look at what happened to The Sims 4 when it went free to play. There's more packs and they're more expensive, and they don't want to fix the old ones. I mean, I have to fucking take high school years out of my game to play with teens because it's so broken. They get stuck at school for weeks at a time, and EA doesn't want to fix it because they've basically abandoned The Sims 4 for a new mobile project.
Yeah.
But they keep making shitty packs that barely work, so people spend more money on a 10-year-old game that barely runs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like that's the problem with EA is that they don't
Make
care.
their games free
Yeah.
to play, abandon them, and then just fuck off. I mean, The Sims 3 was left in an unplayable state for quite a while because of the issue of newer Intel processors.
Yeah.
They released a patch for older Lake processors about a couple of years after someone in the mod community already did, and the code's been looked at. It's literally her code with her comments and everything in it. They just stole it from Lazy Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Talking about games that were abandoned on their consoles or on their hardware, that have recently made a comeback on modern hardware. Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where I was getting you to go.
I know. Basically, what was it, last month?
Me. Oh, last
when they
month. It was start of
basically-
last month.
Out of literally nowhere, there was no news
Yeah.
of this, no nothing. A full recompiled version of Sonic Unleashed got released.
By a very well-known modder as well.
Yeah. Which basically meant they took the 360 version and reverse engineered it, recompiled it into a installer that can then launch the EXE natively on a PC with updated graphic settings, unlocked frame rates, unlocked like widescreen support as well, which is nuts because it's a game that came out in 2009,
2008.
2008.
So can you make your own graphics rules and stuff now?
Yeah, like completely.
Yeah.
It's fully unlocked.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
It's
4K,
just
4K,
crazy.
there's 4K 240 FPS support.
So
Yeah.
does the graphics config fully support newer cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
It's crazy, and the modding team have released the recompiled tools for the public to
So
use.
It's basically Sonic Sims 2 on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've released the tools to do it, how they've done it to the public.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that opens up a Pandora's box,
Yeah.
essentially, in terms of if a game has a dedicated enough fan base for a game that's locked to the 360 era, and it wasn't released on PC, they can go into the files and reverse engineer and recompile it and do the same thing they did with Unleashed.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that means so much. The Forza games could be ported over. Project Gotham Racing could be ported over. It is nuts.
It opens a massive rabbit hole.
Hell, Skate 3.
Yeah.
Like,
That's been locked on the 360.
it's been locked to that
I
gen
wanted
for
to do
years.
that For Skate 3.
Yeah. Because
Means of President.
obviously Skate 3 is largely, if you play it modern day, it's either you play it on the Xbox One or not Xbox One. It's not the Xbox One anymore, is it? Series X, with backwards compatibility, or you emulate it using RPCS3.
Yeah.
That is the only ways you can really play it, unless you play it on original hardware.
If I did that with Skate 3, I would give it to you as a present.
Okay.
I would.
But yeah.
Do it for you and only you.
So yeah, I am praying that the
There's-
Skate 3 community is dedicated enough to do that, because I would be there day one. If it was locked behind a Patreon paywall, I would be there day one. I don't care.
If
thing
they're
is-
not dedicated enough, I'm crazy enough.
But yeah, it's crazy, and I've played a little bit of it. He's played it all of
I've played
Unleashed.
through Unleashed and streamed it all
Streamed it all on Dapper _
on
Twitch.
twitch.tv/Dapper_.
I'm a user. I'm not a streamer.
I'm still trying to edit a
Edit.
video of it. Not got far. I've got to edit 2 other videos with it as well.
Is it
So
like 13 and a half hours of footage?
15 hours.
Yeah, there's a
it's
lot.
got a lot of work.
There was a lot of content there.
Good luck.
We're gonna use it for DapperCon 3.
Yeah, DapperCon 3.
Where is
Everyone watching on YouTube, comment where is DapperCon 3?
Where
Where
is
is
DapperCon 3,
DapperCon
Caleb?
3?
Where is it?
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 He ain't gonna speak. It's never happening.
It's on its way.
It's never happening.
Not on its way.
At this point, it would just be II
June.
comp.
It's coming out in June 2025. Dappercom 3.
I don't want that to be on the internet.
Dappercom 3 in June.
All I said was
No.
Tiny the dinosaur. You've exposed yourself there.
Anyway, let's
Probably can't hear it.
So Dappercom 3's never coming out.
Okay.
He's joking.
I never
by the way.
planned it, and the others are just fucking with you. The last one was 2.5 years ago. Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh Christ! What did I start? Anyway, let's get back to the topic which we were talking about. Was the actually no? We could probably let's not keep going. How long have we been recording for?
That's inaccurate.
Nearly 50 minutes.
That's inaccurate.
Jesus.
No, because we started recording before.
Oh.
Remember, on the camera.
So it would have been about what?
I don't know.
What 45?
We're not ending yet.
Can we please end?
No, because for repo video.
Oh, we haven't announced that.
Yeah.
If you guys have been on the internet in the last month, you would have seen this little game called Repo, which is basically Lethal Company but with physics and robots, and not scary at all.
It made you scream like a girl. A little girl. A 5-year-old girl. I heard you scream, and I thought you might have been watching videos of children falling over or something. Because it genuinely sounded like a 5-year-old girl. I thought you might have fallen off your chair or something. It was that loud. I came to check on you.
I was
Didn't
acting
realize
for
you
the
were
video.
just playing the game.
Yeah. This video is going to be great.
I was acting for the video, by the way.
You
I've played the game multiple times. I'm not scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's only scary when you're
I think
you're
Bro's
1
scared of
meter
the
away
game.
from Hedgeman and you don't realise he's there. You turn around and he's right in your face.
Right.
Well,
Anyway.
you weren't acting that. Is actually what you screamed
Yeah.
like.
The video will come out whenever I can be bothered to edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing
Uh,
a video.
Me and Alfie might make our own ones though.
I'm not.
I know. I just said me and Alfie, not you.
I'm not. I'm lazy. I don't edit no more.
And that's why I said might, because I
You're
might.
not lazy.
Also,
You're
Zach,
boyfriend.
I might cook.
we
when you
talked
edit.
about it in the last video, in the last podcast about the puck video. Zach's cancelled it, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm very
Like-
upset
like
about
a
this
lot
because
of the videos we do.
I made an intro for it, and I'm very upset. I'm just gonna put it on my channel because I'm very upset that that's been scrapped.
Look,
Because
the actual context of was a bit shit.
but the intro was the best
The
part.
intro was
Guy
good, but
and no one else.
the actual video would have been a bit shit.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
It would've
not
been.
happening anymore.
If it was me editing it, it would have been amazing. But I'm joking. It probably wouldn't have been.
This wonderful, lovely, beautiful guy right here has the only good channel that you should subscribe to. Mr. KaiZXII. Leave these other two alone. He's gorgeous, he's mine, I
Right.
know he's pretty.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for
watching.
listening.
I'm going off the
Yeah,
Internet Invaders
yeah,
podcast.
It's time.
It's
It's time
time
to
I
go.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
I'm replacing him.
Caleb's left.
Permanently.
Anyway, we're not actually ending. We're going to continue without Caleb because
Are we?
fuck
Are we?
Caleb.
My ass is number. I can't
I've
even.
never found anyone not like sitting down.
Would you fucking believe it? I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Why are you back?
Why are you back?
Why are we doing the same fucking bit I did last time?
Because I'm
Do-
not original.
You sat on the cable, but.
I was satting.
Cable on cable.
Anyway, this is now the end of the podcast.
Hi, Shadow.
So we're going to end the podcast right here. Thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed the podcast, if you enjoyed listening to the podcast on whatever streaming service you listen to it on,
Follow,
give
subscribe,
it
whatever.
a
Follow.
rating on Spotify.
5 stars.
5-star rating.
5-star
Comment down
rating.
below.
Yeah.
5-star rating. Like and subscribe. Follow us.
If you enjoy me being here, I don't fucking care. I'm never coming back.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, let's get Alfie in.
Listen.
Hey, Alfie,
Yeah, get Alfie in.
Yeah.
We've got Alfie.
Way.
Alfie, any final words?
He's a bit silent. Sorry. He's done a bit too much PCP and he's bugged out with friends.
I think he's just speechless at
He's very speechless.
what
Yeah.
he's been saying.
Alright,
He hasn't seen the Minecraft build.
he hasn't seen the Minecraft movie,
Yeah, we just spoiled it.
so we spoiled it to him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alfie.
See ya.
Thank you for
Goodbye.
watching.
Bye.
Podcast.
Bye.
Mike.